What's up, guys? Happy Thursday. So today, as you guys see, we got a special guest today, Miss Caprice O'Brien, Miss Faith and Fitness herself. Welcome to the podcast, young lady.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited.
Cool. Yeah, man. I'm excited as well. So today, guys, we're talking about leadership in the fitness industry. This is a conversation. I mean, I don't know how many conversations me and you have about this topic, but yeah, I definitely want to go ahead and jump into it. You want to introduce yourself real quick, let people know what you do and stuff like that?
What's up, y'all? I'm Coach Caprice from Chicago, but moved to LA. West Side became the best side. I am the founder of Excuse Free Fitness. Our mission is to be sure that nothing gets in the way of your wellness. And we do that by making sure that you eat well, move well, and work well, and release all physical and emotional weight without all the dieting, though. So I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited to have you here, and I remember, meeting you in 2020, and I always have my eye out for people in the fitness industry, that are leaders, and you can tell that like instantly I could tell that you had, a mission, you had a passion, and you were a lot different from a lot of the things that we see on social media in the fitness industry, so I'm like, yo, like this is like the perfect, time to bring you in on here. All right. So I want to jump into it. So and we can have a, a discussion about it. And you guys that are watching the live, feel free, leave some comments and ask some questions. But what is your take? And I want this to be, hold on. Can we be transparent today? Can we be like, can we keep it a buck?
That's the only thing.
We can keep it a buck today?
That's all.
All right, cool. Can I curse a little bit?
Be yourself, man.
All right, bet. Cool. So what is your take on leadership in the fitness industry on social media? So many things have changed, on social media, especially, since the pandemic has started, and so much has changed. But what is like, how do you feel about the leadership, in the fitness industry on social media?
So I think if we keep it very simple, how I feel like what leadership actually is and how you can present that on social media is just be who you post to be. We were just talking about this, but like POST, be who you post to be, because a leader is one that knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way.
Yeah.
So like what you are putting out into these social media streets, like when people's discernment is high, they're going to be able to tell if you are actually bearing any good fruit, like if you are actually doing the things that you are trying to influence and empower other people to do.
Yeah.
So being a leader, showing up in your leadership on social media as a fitness professional, I think it's just one to be able to, can you look yourself in the mirror every day and know that you actually do the things that you are encouraging, empowering, and educating people to do? Because my mission, if I'm not educating, motivating, or inspiring, I'm not going to post it. Facts. Because that's not my life.
Facts.
So
Yeah.
Be who you post to be.
Yeah. Be who you post to be, and so my take on it is I've been paying very, very, very close attention, to the fitness industry. One, I've been in the fitness industry for the last 7 years. And, prior to that, I always had a voice in whatever I was doing, because whatever I was doing matched my lifestyle. So I never was doing something that was, outside of my character, what I'm saying? Or just doing something just to make money, right? Like everything that I've done since, high school, my passion was attached to how I feed myself, right? But I feel blessed to have that. But when I jump on social media now, one, like when COVID happened, a lot of things changed. People lost their jobs, people started seeing entrepreneurs like really start to blow their business up and really take care of their business, right? We were shut down. We were shut in the house for a very, very long period of time. So, you had some people that didn't do anything, but also some people that decided to do stuff, but I feel like it has silenced a lot of fitness professionals on social media. Wow. Right. And let me explain that. Like I'm really big on need another quarantine. That's funny. I'm really big on.
We might.
Yeah, we definitely might. that Amari Khan is out there. I really feel like, we should use our voice a lot more and not copycat and mock what other people are doing, right? Yeah. Because what is that? That's called a follower. You know what I'm saying? Like when you mock another person and you doing what another person is doing, right? Just to get likes, just to get, followers, like where's the leadership there? And so people show up on social media and they don't use their voice and they just mock and follow what a lot of other people are doing. But then you have people that are really passionate and they are leadership when they have leadership, a leadership background, and they want to try and do things with their business and they think that they have to do that. Because when you see people do that, guess what they got on their account? They probably got like a large following on their account, but that don't mean just because they hit that follow button don't mean that they are actually being led by you. You know what I'm saying? That might be a bar. That might be a bar, so it really, sometimes it pisses me off. We're going to be transparent today. Sometimes it really pisses me the fuck off, but you got people like yourself, you got other people, in the fitness industry that are, that are using their voice on social media, encouraging people, inspiring people, and actually helping people, right? Not just motivating people, but like y'all in the trenches on coaching calls, talking to people, right? Coaching people through the things that they need to fix for their health and fitness. And that's what that's the whole part of the leadership. It's not just to motivate somebody and then, oh, okay, like I can't really help you, but thank you for liking my photo. You know what I'm saying? So, and my objective is to bring some more power, some more, impact, to the fitness industry, as far as in my eyes, like as far as like what I believe, impact should be in the fitness industry, So I'm gonna take a sip of my
with your fancy glass. Okay, listen here.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Good. So like what I think this is it's like a lot of them feel silenced because they feel like, there's not enough, they don't have enough validation or authority if they do not see the vanity metrics. But what's important is like someone told me this a long time ago, is like, are you going to show up for an audience of one?
Yes.
Like, would you still show up for an audience of one? Like if it was, because whenever I go to speak or anything like that, if it's 100 people in the room and only one person received the message and leaves and goes and takes action, I've done my job.
Yeah.
I did my job.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need 10, 50 or 150,000 followers in order for my voice and what the things that I have to say to be validated, because I know that there's a transformational experience when people, follow my process.
Yes.
Like, because I've been through the process, I've been in the trenches. I understand that sucks. I know what it feels like to not be in optimal health, and I don't want to feel that anymore.
Yeah.
So it's selfish for me to keep it to myself. So when you do not use your voice and when you do not show up as a leader, you're just walking. It's like average. Like I want to be like, like some people are like allergic to bee sting. I want to be allergic to average. Like I don't want that. I want to be allergic to mediocrity. I want to be allergic to silencing myself because other people have thought that it was okay for me, for them to like, well, I see what they're doing and maybe I should just I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
God told me to do this.
Yeah.
Like, this is my formula. This is what I know to be true. This is the process and the procedures and the systems that I know will get you to point A to B and then go help you to D as well.
Yeah.
So it's just like silencing your voice it's just like, there's no room for you to be excellent in that. There's no room for you to fulfill the purpose that God has called you to if you are not using your voice. Like you get these downloads, you go through these experiences and you come out on the other side for other people.
Yeah.
You don't go through this for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like your gift, like God gives us a gift, right? A gift is supposed to be given away. So if you have a gift of speaking, you need to
exactly.
You have a gift of
exactly.
speaking. have the gift of writing, you have the gift of doing all these things. You need to ask yourself, like, what am I so afraid of? Am I afraid of success, or am I afraid of failure, or a little bit of both? So when you actually commit to being a leader and commit to like your calling and knowing like, wow, I am a leader. I don't have to dim my light. Like those dimmer switches in them houses. No, like let that be for the lights. You dimming your light is a disservice to who God has called you to, what He put down on the inside of you. But simply, you have a gift, you're supposed to give it away. It's a gift. It's not for you.
Facts. And to add to that, Precy, you got to be okay when somebody don't want that gift.
Woo, that's good.
You got to be okay with it,
because it's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody, and in the like when you are in the beginning of your leadership journey in the fitness industry, you want to help so many people. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that prevents you from actually going to knock on somebody's door, or going to go or actually offering somebody your gift, offering somebody your expertise. So that stops you from walking in certain doors, that stops you from sliding in DMs, that stops you from making a post, that stops you from getting behind that camera and using your voice, right? It stops you from doing those things because you're like, what if somebody doesn't receive my message? Let me tell you, there are going to be people that don't receive your message, and you got to be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? You got to be 100% okay with that. Like, I think a good leadership, good characteristic in leadership is learning to be okay when somebody doesn't want you to lead them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that's a really, really good characteristic when it comes to leadership. But as you start to grow in that leadership role, you'll start to realize like who is actually who your message is for and who is not for. So it won't really, rough your feathers like that. You know what I'm saying? But you can't be scared. Off like yeah, like I remember when I first started the FVA, like, I want to help every single personal trainer, health coach. You new to it. You not new, you've been in it for 10 years, you've been in it for 1 minute, you just got a certification, or like you don't have a certification, or you've been certified and you got multiple. I wanted to help every last one of them, but that wasn't that's not a part of my mission. You know what I'm saying? But the only
somebody else is assigned to them.
It's right. So there's other leaders, is millions of leaders on this earth. So you just have to, one, be obedient, and make sure that you are in alignment. You like the mission that God has for you, like that has to be your mission too. And you got to listen to what God has put it in front of you and be obedient. You know what I'm saying? If it's time for you to pivot, go ahead and pivot. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be courageous and actually get out there in the trenches and do the hard work, because then you'll start to be a lot more confident. And now your message has conviction behind it. And now you're going to start to get more people that actually want to lead you and not be so, in your feelings when somebody don't want you to lead them.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, the simplest form. And I really hate that I forget who this is by, but it's just like, if you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody.
Yeah. And you know what? That's why a lot of fitness professionals have issues with niching down. That right there.
They want to be the general practitioner, I mean, and I'm going to be honest, like I used to have a problem with this too. Because I wanted to, once I realized what exercise and what nutrition and what prayer had like what it did for my life, I'm like, oh, I got to tell everybody. It's selfish for me to keep it to myself, but it's also selfish to try to, bring someone into, my program or my coaching, and it's not even in alignment with what they need. Yes. Like they could need a pediatrician. I mean, and I'm a neurologist.
Yeah. And it's wrong for you to still take their money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the prospect don't know any better. You know what I'm saying? and that's why it's good to get in, to have different people in your circle, different successful fitness professionals that you can refer people out to. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody tries to, come and work with me and my program is not for them, I can't help you. I can point you in the right direction or give you some other resources, but I'm not like, You know what I'm saying? I'm just not going to do it. And that's when integrity needs to, that's what, as a fitness professional, as a leader, you have to have integrity when you operating in this world. Like, you have to have it, because if you don't, right now putting your brand and your name at risk. You
and
know
then
what
you're
I'm
out
saying?
of alignment.
Yeah, out of alignment. Yeah.
You trying to put a triangle in a rectangle. It's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to fit, little baby. Like, it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
It's going to be incredibly frustrating, taxing. It's going to make you, that increases imposter syndrome as well, because you feel like, man, they're not doing, they're not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Right. But the more you like stay focused on the person that you are called to, and the more that you keep refining, and the more that you keep like tuning things down, and like, you're going to increase your confidence, one, as a coach, but as just a leader as well, because like leadership is doing the things, that you need to do, and ain't nobody around to give you a trophy or a participation medal and things. So it's like you do yourself, and you're harming them, and you're hindering them from getting to their next level when you bring them inside of something that's not created for them.
Yeah. I like that. That's very important. And and it's like, like, I get it. It's a lot of people, it's a lot of entrepreneurs that has been birthed, since COVID has happened. But when it comes to fitness, man, I'm passionate about health and fitness. I'm passionate about the industry, and I want people to come in this industry, as far as if it's, with a service, like you training, you coaching somebody, right? Like, like, the objective is to help somebody. The objective because when you come in this industry and you want to coach or train somebody, that person is giving you some part of their life. Like your life is in their hands. Like, a part of your life is in their hands. Your main objective should not just to be make money. Do we all want to make money? Absolutely. I love money. I'll be the first person to tell you I love money. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And won't feel guilty about it at all. But also, right, like, I love coaching people. I love helping people. Like, that's always the main objective. If I just want to make money, I'll go and, start a whole nother business on the side and grow that and just make money with that is not tied to helping people at all whatsoever, or nobody's life, is in my hands. But I see a lot of people coming into the industry that their main objective is just to make money, but they want to be a trainer and they want to be a coach. It's like, like, go to some other industry, like, nah, man. Like, like, I want to create more leaders in this industry. You know what I'm saying? And then the reason why is we can't run around talking about how our friends, our family, and other people in our communities don't value their health, but we are creating more fitness businesses that are not valuing their health. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Make it make sense for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, just, like, I'm really passionate about this topic, because I see so much. Oh.
I got a question.
What?
So what do you think is just like, top 1 to 3 attributes that make a good leader in the fitness industry? Like, what do they need to have? Like, if you don't got this, then like, how do you call yourself a leader?
One, direction. Because I mean, because like a leader, like, when I think of a leader, you probably heard me, use this. Like, if I'm gonna get in the car with somebody and I'm gonna go somewhere that I've never been to this destination before, never in my life, do I trust that the driver is gonna knows where they're going and they're gonna get me there safe? If not, I'm not getting in the car with the driver. So the driver needs to do something to win my trust over. And if they got direction, cool, you got directions, you got your GPS on, all right, bet. Now, do you feel confident? Do you have conviction behind the place, like behind how to get from point A to point B? And if something happens on our way from point A to point B, do you know how to get us back on the road? Do you know how to change a tire if a tire go out? Do you know how to fix, pop the hood, and fix something under the hood if the car is going wrong, right? Confidence and conviction. So those three things, I would say: direction, conviction, and confidence.
Yeah. I think that direction is really big because it's like, you don't want to be the Uber driver that's like asking your passenger, is this the right way?
Yeah, that's irritating.
Should I turn right? You're the driver. You don't have the GPS. You don't have the GPS on your phone. I'm sorry. Why are you asking me? You are the leader. You're the one in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a process, if you're not able to help me navigate through, getting to my goals, then you got to go back to the drawing board. You need to be your own client first, because how can you lead me if you are not leading yourself? Yes. I say this every day to myself. You can't lead anyone until you lead yourself. Nobody cares about what I say. Nobody cares. If I tell them that you should drink 12 to 20 ounces of water every single day when you wake up, if I don't do it, that doesn't make any sense. So it's just like being a leader, it comes with a lot of responsibility, but so does anything great in life, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So when you have that, I really agree with the direction. So you want to have the blueprint, you want to have the format, you want to have the solution and the systems. So you're not Googling and YouTube University and things, and then come back and try to teach coach to somebody else, but you haven't fully retained that information enough to be able to teach it to anyone, because it's not what you do. You saw it on the YouTube, on the internet, on the Google, on the Facebook. Yes, I'm saying, duh. Little old lady, like you can't do that. It's not gonna work, because after a certain amount of time, and you might even be able to fake the funk for a couple weeks, but after a certain amount of time, they're gonna ask you a question. You ain't gonna know the answer.
Yeah. And you know what? You know what's important about that too? When we talk about the directions, how many have you been to where you're trying to get somebody to, when you're trying to take somebody to? You know what I'm saying? Because sure, you can be extremely knowledgeable about nutrition, exercise, the science behind it and things like that, right? And I call that's good information, but I call that surface level.
Absolutely.
It's okay, let's get deeper with it. Let's get a lot deeper with it. Can we talk about what that journey is going to look like? And can you give me specific details on that journey to let me know that you understand what I'm going through? And if I go on that journey with you and I decide to sign up with you as a client, right? Like I said, you have confidence that you can get me through this entire journey from point A to point B. Because how many clients have started working with a trainer or a coach and never actually got to point B?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Reasons. Yeah.
Yes. And I see this in a lot of personal trainers, right? And I'm not look, this is everything that I'm talking about is from my experience, right? And in my opinion. One of the reasons, so some of y'all, if y'all new to Caprice, Caprice is a fucking superhero. Caprice is so dope. She's one of the strongest women one of the strongest people that I know, period. Right? She had to learn how to walk again, had to learn how to do everything again. Right? Is it okay if I talk about that a little bit, Precy?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. She literally had to learn how to do everything again. Right. And it's coming up on 9 years, right?
It's coming up on 10.
It's coming up on 10. Right. Dang, I don't know how tweet. It's coming up on 10 years. So really, she had to learn everything that she knows right now. She had to learn it within 10 years. Right. And she knows a lot, guys. The only thing she can't do is sing. She can do everything else. I remember we was talking and we was talking about swimming or something. I'm like, okay, she know how to swim too. I was like, yo, is it anything that you don't know how the fuck did you learn how to do all of this stuff within 9 years? But anyway, right? So she's been through a lot, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and actually has overcame it. She's still you know, just like any other human being, right? Still growing and things like that. But like for the most part, her battle was won. From an average an average person hearing her story, her battle was fucking won, right? And when I look at some personal trainers, I'll be like, okay, cool. Like you played sports in high school, you know, maybe a little bit in college, right? Maybe hurt yourself or really didn't go that way. And so like you got into personal training. And it's like, yo, like, what the fuck did you overcome, bro? Like, what the fuck did you overcome, sis? And it don't have to always be like a physical, you know, transformation or anything, but like, that's one thing that I see in leadership. It's like, what have you overcame in your life, period? Like, period. I don't care what it is. And I don't see a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that when I think about overcoming things in your life, it's like, what have you been running from? What have you been preventing? What challenges have you really been preventing? Because those same challenges that you've been preventing from in your past life, in your current life, that's going to show up in the things that you're trying to achieve right now. Your fitness, your fitness business, right? Relationships, all of that stuff is going to show up. All of the things that you avoided in the past is going to show up now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I always try and push, you know, fitness professionals like, yo, like go through the hard shit. If you ain't been through anything hard, like go through it now. You know what I'm saying? Like actually go through it now. And that's why in the FVA, we're building, you know, a high caliber community of women fitness professionals, right? And like these ladies are like yourself, right? Being recognized, you know, on stage, being called on stages, platforms to speak because other people are recognizing their mission, right? Meaning that they have a story, they had some shit that they've been through, and they want to help other people and share their mission around the world, right? So in order to encourage other people to do that, I can't do it by myself. Coach Caprice can't do it by herself. We have to bring more people together, right? So that we can spread, you know, this culture, you know, in the fitness industry, you know, because you may think that like, oh, as a personal trainer, understand the resistance that like they understand how it works, but some people really don't. Or they're scared to use resistance in other areas in their life. And if you're listening, you know, on this live, this replay, you know, on the podcast, like I want to encourage you in 2022, like finally do the hard shit. Finally. And let me know how I go.
The perspective that I want to add is like, you know, everybody don't have the struggle story like me where they had to relearn how to walk and they were in 2 car accidents and that car accident caused epilepsy and you have traumatic brain injury and you don't remember the first 19 years of your life. Everybody don't have that struggle story. And so what I had to do and who I had to become in order to overcome that, in order to like literally drag myself out of severe depression and feeling like, okay, is my life worth it? Absolutely it is, because I'm here, I got breath in my body. So if you do not have that struggle story, the perspective that I want to shift is like, you still went through something that is valuable to someone else. Yep. And your mess can become your message. You could have went through something just mentally. It could have been something in your family, but what you have down on the inside of you can be packaged properly. And for you to be able to articulate it in a way that, you know, is transformational for someone else. So you don't got to go through the hard stuff, because let me tell you, like the people that have these struggle stories like myself, we wouldn't have asked for this.
Right.
I would have been like, hey, God, let's get into it. Let's talk about something else. But like, if you have the story where it's just like, okay, well, I was an athlete, I got injured, you know, then I started personal training. What did you have to do in your mind in order to overcome, like, man, I gotta like, I can't play basketball no more.
Yeah.
Like, what you mean? I can't do volleyball anymore. I'm not about to be an Olympian. What did you have to do in your mind? How did you have to rebuild your own self-confidence, rebuild your own self-esteem, rebuild your own leadership to pull yourself out of the place that nobody probably even knew you were in?
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
need the struggle story. You just need to use your own experiences and ask yourself, how did this relate? How did this impact my wellness? How did this impact my future? How did this impact the way that I view myself and what I've learned, what I've written down, the things that, you know, the liquid tears that only God can understand. What did you learn from that situation? And how can you teach it to someone else in a way that's going to get them from point A to point B?
Yes. Yes. I agree. I agree.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. And you know, I've heard that before. Back in like the Clubhouse days, people would be like, well, I don't have a struggle story. And I'm like, you don't need one. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not saying, I'm not saying like go and create some struggle story or anything like that, you know, but the things that you've been through, and if you sit down and have a there's something that you can write down. There's some things that you can write down that you have actually been through and you've overcome, right? But also when adversity shows up in your world, in your life, right? Don't run from it. That is building you as a leader. Anytime I go through something personally or professionally, right? I know that this thing that I overcome is going to help me become a better leader, because when somebody else goes through it, I can be able to get them through it a lot faster than I got through it myself. Anything I deal with in life, like seriously, I don't run from it. Like, because I'm like, I know in the beginning you said some people are scared of success and some people are scared of failure. I'm scared of being the same person I was. Like I'm scared to be the same person next year that I am today. That scares the shit out of me. I'm not scared of success. I'm not scared of failure. I'm just scared that I can't be the same person this time next year. That scares, man, that really scares me. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's something that I got to work through. You know, we all have things that we're afraid of, you know, but also that's not going to stop me from becoming a better person. If you're afraid of something and you allow that to stop you from achieving that goal, right? Then you need some more leadership skills. And
you're giving it too much power.
Yeah, you're giving it way too much power. Way too much. It's because most of the time it's just up here. It's not really real. You know what I'm saying? Like so much things like live in our mind, you know. And one thing that I became more aware of today, I think I was sharing it with you earlier, right? Is like just move. Like do something. like I would rather God have to sit me the fuck down and be like, all right, son, like chill out real quick, versus for him to have to come talk to me about, you need to get up and move and, you know, and spread my word and create and you know, fulfill your mission. Like I'd rather make a mistake. I'd rather make a mistake, find out it was a mistake, and then pivot and go the other way. You know what I'm saying? Because now I know, cool, like I can't do that, ain't gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? So just moving, because like when you move, my coach was talking about this morning too. She was using like the QB and the wide receiver, like God is the QB and you're the wide receiver. Like when you come off that line, like the defense job is to push you off your route. Yeah. That's what the defense, but you have a route, you know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? And God is going to throw the ball not exactly to you, but where you're going, because both of y'all know the route. You know what I'm saying? But if you just stand still in the middle of the route, you're going to get hard. You're going to get hit even harder. But if you're moving, you know what I'm saying? You got momentum. So if you get hit, you can get back up and keep going on your route. Either way, you're going to get your ass the fuck hit. So you might as well get hit while you moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather get hit while I'm moving out. Like, I don't want no big old linebackers coming to just like take me out. You know what I'm saying?
But when you're standing still, I mean, it's kind of basic principles too, though. Like when you're standing still, you're not evolving, you're not growing, you're not impacting anybody's life. Like, so why do that? I got a question though. Like, I want to talk about this. So like, do you think that, you know, serving is like a missing piece to leaders in the fitness industry? Like, do you think they really understand that you might have to serve first? Like, you might have to put a little, so we understand like the putting in your time, like, like I've been in this for 5 years, like 8 for me, but like, do you think that they really understand the power of being under someone's tutelage and learning from them, so that you can actually be the coach that you want to be the coach that you write down in your journal that you are, that you put on your vision board? Because like, if you're not, like, who have you learned from?
Yeah.
Like, everybody doesn't have a mentor, and I get that, that's cool, but like, who's like, okay, you want to lead somebody, this is what we should do in life. Okay, we should always be led by someone. We should be in a community of other leaders, other trailblazers, other game changers, and then we should be lifting someone up.
Yeah.
Because how you get to the middle? It wasn't luck. You did something, and maybe it was the people pouring down into you. So we should be pouring into someone, that is where we want to be. We should be, in a collective of other leaders, other fitness professionals with the same like mind that want to change, the world. We want to see the world a healthier place. But then who's pouring into you?
Yeah.
Obviously, God's gonna pour into you, but like,
and we gotta
have all three.
We gotta have all three. And like, God is gonna use people in your life too, like that mentorship, that mentor, that coach. You know what I'm saying? That teacher, right? Like, God put them in your life for a reason, but it's still your responsibility to accept that role. As I feel like a good leader is a good follower as well. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because in order to lead, right, you at some point in your life, I feel like at every point in your life, there should be somebody that you're following, that you're learning from. I would never operate in my life anymore without a coach or mentor. It just don't make any sense to me. If my job is to evolve, right? Now, if I ever decide, which I never will, to just not want to evolve anymore, absolutely. Like, why do I need to learn from somebody if I just want to stay the same person I am today, next year, and the year after that? Like, no, you know what I'm saying? And I've tried to figure things out on my own. It's exhausting. It's exhausting as fuck, yo. Like, okay, I gotta pay. I'm okay with that. The first real mentorship I ever had, right? His name Frank Kimbrough. Shout out to Frank. Frank was one of the reasons why I'm in this industry, like the fitness industry, like how I am today, and I remember him and his wife when they would go up and speak at different events like that, they used to always say that, like they were like, like a flex, like a flex, me, like we have invested, over 6 figures, into our professional and personal development, and this was years ago. So I was like, wow, damn, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I heard it from the person that I was following, and I served him like his in his community, right? I served under his community, where I would follow him out of town. If there was an event that he was doing at his house, I'm at his event. You know what I'm saying? I'm helping his wife set up, you know what I'm saying? Bringing things from the car upstairs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm serving behind this guy, behind this man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to get better, you have to be able to serve, you know what I'm saying? And then when you get in that leadership role, you know how to actually be a leader when someone else is serving you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's extremely, and a lot of people, they don't want to put their pride, and the thing is now, right? People don't want to put their pride aside and be able to learn from somebody else because, oh, I don't want to have to learn from another Black person, or I want to learn from another woman, or I want to learn from a man, I don't want to learn from somebody younger than me. Oh, I need to learn from somebody that's 20 years older than me. I learn from my coach right now is a woman and she's younger than me, but she knows more than me. I don't give a fuck. Right? I just want the direction, and I want the support, right? And I want the information. Some of y'all are blocking your blessings because you got so much pride. You got so much pride. You know what I'm saying? And that pride gonna keep you the same person you are today when we look up 2022, 12 months from now, 2023 in January 2012 months from now, and you sitting and you stayed exactly where you was. Like, yo, like this, let's stop that, man. Like, let's
Why do you
cut that
deserve
out.
to be on the stage if you weren't in the audience?
Ooh, for real.
I said it. I said what I said. I said what I said.
Just end it. Like, that's it.
Like,
And that's
I
big.
understand you want the platform, but what have you done?
Yeah, that's the thing. They be wanting the platform so bad, you know, and don't want to do what's required. It's not saying that they don't want to do like some work. Doing work that you're used to doing, it's not really work. It's just staying in your comfort zone. If you're used to just, if for the last 4 to 5 years, you've been just creating flyers in Canva and you've just been posting workout videos, and that's literally the only thing you do as far as a money-making activity, right? Like, you need to understand that needs to change. Like,
do something else.
Like that has to change. But do something else, the T-Page. You got to do something else. But first, you got to ask yourself, am I willing to do what's required? And if the answer is yes, now let me go out and find from successful people what is required. And once they give me and let me know the information of the actual activities that's required, I'm going to do it. As long as it's not against, you know, my integrity, because it doesn't go against my integrity or my moral code, I will do it. Right. But it's like, you first have to ask yourself, am I willing to do what's required? Because you don't want to go out and get it, and then you get it, you find it, and then you're not willing to do what's required. And now it's like, you know, like you could have figured that out with just a conversation with yourself, you know. But it just all comes back to leadership. And leadership is all about the objective should be, do I want to evolve?
Yeah.
Because it's not about me. God is just using me. And I know that there are going to be people that are following me. If I get the platform where now there's thousands, even millions of people following me, have I accepted and completed enough assignments to help these followers get to the direction that they want to go? But if you deny every single assignment, you won't get the platform.
And it's going to keep coming back. Mm-hmm. And it's going to keep coming back. So I want to stay on pride for a second really quick. So I understand, like, obviously we're both, you know, we understand like investing in yourself and in having a mentor, the importance of having a coach, you know, to be led by someone so that you can lead anybody else. But like, for someone that's like, oh man, okay, I understand pride goes before the fall, but I still got so much pride. Like, how do I, like, is there anything that you can say to that coach, that trainer that's like, I don't know how to like find a mentor. I don't know how to reach out to a coach. Like, how do I put my pride aside to be like, okay, I need to get better so I can continue to lead the people that, are looking for the solution that I have?
That's a good question.
Pride is dangerous.
Pride is dangerous. Okay, let me tell you this, right? Eventually, you're going to be dealt with a decision where you're going to have to either put your pride aside or like hit rock bottom. Do you have to wait till that time? You don't. You don't. Like that's what I don't know if I necessarily waited until that time, you know what I'm saying? But it was at a time where like I damn near lost everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I had no choice but to serve under Frank Kimbrough. I had no choice but to get out there and start driving Lyft. I ain't have no choice. You know what I'm saying? So if you continue to delay and this all happened like super fast for me, like very fast, like within a year and a half, my life completely changed, right? So if you continue to delay the decision, the world, life is gonna be, you're gonna be forced to make a decision at some point in your life. You know, where, you know, either you got this, or you could put your pride aside and do what you need to do. Because if you're listening to this, you know what you need to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You do. But but like I said, if you continue to delay it, it's just gonna get worse. It's like if you have you know, a cut on your leg, and you don't go to the hospital to get it looked at, you don't get any treatment for it. Do you think the cut is just going to stay? Eventually, you might have to make a decision. Okay, do you want to get your leg fixed, or do you want to, you know, get this leg cut off? You know what I'm saying? And now you ain't got no other decision. Now they got to cut the fucking leg off because you delayed the decision. So I would say, just make a fucking decision. Just make a decision. That's my answer for everything. I saw young lady that I follow, and she was like, her answer for everything in 2022 is change your diet. It's funny. I don't know if she's gonna be hearing this podcast. She's like, literally, like, you ask me something, you getting sick, change your diet. You your relationship, your man acting up, change your diet. That shit was funny as hell. So my response for everything is make a decision. Don't
it comes down. Go ahead. I think it just really comes down to it being incredibly simple, that like you can't get something that you've never had if you don't do something that you've never done. Like, that's you have simple. No idea. I mean, it really is. Like, and this old saying, like, I don't even know whoever, this centuries ago, but it's just very simple. You know, could just be decades. I don't know. But like you can't do it. It's not possible. It's a definition of insanity.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. And like, you know, one thing I tell myself every year, like, I have to be able to overcome some new challenge every single year. I have to invest more in my personal and professional development every year. Like, it can't be this. I can't do the same things last year, because if I do, I'll either get the same result or less. Because that's the thing. The world is changing. So like, what I did in 2021 most likely I won't get the same result if I do it the same exact thing in 2022. So in 2022, there needs to be more challenges, you know, more difficult decisions, you know, and all it's going to do is just make me better. Will I succeed in every one? No, but I'll complete it. That's the thing. Like, people are so afraid of completing like an assignment, because they, you know, it's like, oh, well, if I don't get an A, then I'm not going to complete the assignment. The assignment is to teach you something. It shouldn't be the last time you do the assignment, though. That's the thing, you know? So I just always just want to, my main objective in life it's to make a lot of fucking money, for sure, you know, but number one, I'm keeping a buck with y'all, but number one is to get better, because there are people counting on me. I got people like counting on me, like, for real, you know? Yeah.
I think the other thing, like, sometimes I struggle with making a decision and, you know, like stepping up and like really, okay, I know I have to walk through this assignment. The only way out is through, is that we know that there's another assignment as soon as I do that one.
Oh yeah. Facts.
Like, as soon as I get through this, it's gonna be something else. So it's like, right. I think it's important to know that just like, even just if we think of like, I have not achieved this, I'm working towards this, I'm not perfect. Like, the only perfect man was Jesus. That's not me. So the more that I just keep knocking down walls and like, even if I'm, you know, afraid doing something, I'm gonna do it. We hear do it scared all the time, but yeah, do it scared. Do it with your legs tapping under, you know, and like your palms are sweaty, and I mean you're profusely sweating, or you're stumbling over your words, but do it and then do it again. Like, I don't really care what you did 2 weeks ago, because in order for you to maintain the thing is by doing it again. Like, do it again.
Consistency. That need to be the fourth characteristic, right? You know, I was like, direction, conviction and confidence, right?
Okay.
Like what was the one we just said? God,
Consistency.
consistency. That need is a very underrated like characteristic. It
Yeah.
really is. You know, and you know what? I think that might be number 2 after direction.
Okay.
I think that might be number 2 after direction. You know, because leadership, you got to look at leadership is like, how does it look from the person that you would be leading? You know,
Yeah.
so like they need to see consistency. You know, like if they see that you're inconsistent with your mission and you not showing up and serving consistently, then no, they're not gonna want to rock with you like that. They not, you know. So yeah, consistency is not a sexy word, but yeah, it's consistency. Yeah, definitely number 2. Definitely number 2.
I think that, okay, we're going to keep it at number 2. I like that. I think that people struggle with consistency though, because they forget that to be consistent for them and not consistent for what, you know, societal norms or what is happening on social media. So if you are consistent for you, you know, what that looks like for you, then it's like, okay, I can maintain this because I'm not worrying about, I'm not checking Polly's pockets. I'm not worrying about Susan is doing, or how many times she went live, or how many clients she has, or, you know, what she's doing. In my battery is low in these social media streets. So it's like what does consistency for you look like? Because if you are, you know, popping up every 2 months or every 6 weeks, why should I trust you? You don't even trust yourself.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
But you can slow down. You just can't quit. Like you can, you know, you can spread this out so it'll make sense for you. But like consistency has to be what it means for you. Like if you know that you can do something, you know, 5 days a week, if it's social media or whatever the case may be, your email, I don't know, but it has to be like that. It makes sense for you, that you know that you can maintain. And then after you built up that momentum, then you can increase this thing. Like then, you know, you can go hard in the paint, but you have to develop a certain level of consistency that makes sense for you, that when you fall, you get back up. And the conviction is there to carry you through. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, since my battery is, I'm here
though. Okay. Your battery, what you on, like 5%?
I got 19, but the screen keeps going out.
Okay. I got you. Yeah. No, yeah, that's I like that. And I think you made a real big point with saying it really comes down to what are you doing when you're not on social media? You know, like what does your day consist of from morning to nighttime? Like, are you being a leader with yourself when nobody else is watching? Because the thing, it goes back to what we were saying in the beginning. You got to be who you post to be. And that's where the conviction comes from. The conviction and the confidence comes from what you do, the things that you have done for yourself over and over consistently, right? So that gives you the confidence to show up and pour into somebody else. Because that's the only reason why I get on social media is to show up and serve. Like that's it. I don't get on social media to kiki with somebody. Like me and you might find some fun. Social media funny and is undefeated as fuck.
Hilarious for sure. Every day. I'm at the place.
Yeah, but like I'm not on social media getting influenced by other people. I am the one influencing. I am the one putting my message out there to influence and help somebody else. That's the only reason why I'm on social media. Right? Because I ain't got time to be on social media because of all the other things that I'm doing, you know, in my life and in my business when ain't nobody else looking. You got me?
Yeah.
So you have to be able to lead yourself before you can jump on social media and start, you know, building your own audience and leading them.
What helps me is like, okay, am I creating more than I'm consuming?
Yeah. Like you can't. Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's simple. literally is.
I feel like that happens a lot.
That I'm consuming.
Yeah, that happens a lot, you know, because it's like it's people, it's a habit. It's probably a habit that somebody has, and that's the most comfortable thing that they are doing, you know. And if you don't have, you know, a community of like-minded people, a coach or a mentor, then it's like, what the fuck else am I gonna do with my time? I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what to do, you know. So it all just comes down to making the right sacrifices and coming up with a game plan of how to actually, you know, get that thing in motion. You know, like when people hear a coach, a mentor, of course, they probably think the first thing, oh, it's gonna cost money, right? So, but like, what's the first thing you got to do before you get the money, before you actually come up with the money? Like, it might be come up with a budget plan, right? It might be, okay, how I can utilize cash I have on hand and credit, right? Like, you need to figure out those things, not, oh, it costs, so I'm just going to try and figure it on my own. I mean, like, you can do that, but like, bro, like, that's just exhausting. Like, see, in my opinion,
your whole life.
But then turn around and want to help somebody with theirs. I mean, you know, make it make sense. But what's up? But yeah, guys, listen. How can they find this, Precy?
CapriceO'Bryant.com.
CapriceO'Bryant.com. And you know, you want to know what's funny? I'm gonna keep it a buck. I have not read it yet, right? But you want to know? No, seriously. And I'm not capping. I'm not saying this just because we are on. I promise you, I'm not. But I was talking to my coach this morning, and you know, I've hit a milestone in my business, and I'm like, we talked about it, right? You know, so one of the things with my personal and my professional in my business, I want to make sure that my business and me as a person are growing at the same, they both can keep up. You know, so I feel like, in most of the time, I've never been in this stage. I never hit this type of milestone. I've never been at this stage in my leadership journey. So, and most of the time, I don't know, like, okay, like what book to read and this type of stuff. And I'm kind of like stuck there right now, you know? So she's like, you know, I'll send you some things to recommend and stuff like that, you know? And then, you know, it came over my heart. I was like, yo, like, I haven't even read this joint. This is it. Like, for real, I'm not capping. I know it sounds like it. I know, yeah, I know it might sound like it because, you know, you on a podcast, but, I mean, because I could have come on here and lied and told the audience, like, yeah, I read it, you know, but I have not. Okay. So I am going to read this. This is the book that I'm going to read, you know, and yeah, prayers up, way down, baby.
Pray that it blesses you and accelerates you in a way that you didn't even know was possible.
Me too. And because you see, so this was like, is this signed? Did you sign this? You didn't sign it, did you?
I think so.
Oh yeah, you did sign it.
I can see my handwriting.
She did sign it. So I got the signature joint, right? This joint gonna be worth like a lot of money later on in life. And you gave it to me like with a bookmark in a certain chapter. So should I read this chapter first?
No.
Okay.
I want you to start from the beginning and, like, you know, go from day one. I mean, you can glance at it, and because.
But was there a reason why you?
Absolutely.
Was there? Oh, okay, there is a reason. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna keep that joint there and use my other bookmark. And yeah, man. Prayers up, way down.
Prayers up, way down. You know.
Okay, you got somebody on here that prayers up, way down. Is a life changer. I've been reading it annually during my birthday month since its release. Dope. I'm gonna tap in because I'm a big fan of Caprice O'Bryant. I think she's one of the dopest women walking this earth. I mean, man, just such a beautiful beautiful soul. Like, man, crazy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Cool. Any closing, closing arguments?
You go first.
Well,
I had so much to say, and I feel like it was said, but something might come up, right? Because we have the four things that make up a leader, right? Those characteristics. You said direction, consistency, confidence, and
conviction.
Conviction. Oh no, consistency. Did I say consistency? I did.
Consistent,
okay,
because we had that as number 2. Yeah, we moved that to number 2. Yeah, for sure. Direction. Like it's like those 4 things. And I mean, the whole point, of this podcast episode is to, we want to encourage other fitness professionals out there, the ones that really have a message, and you feel like that you're not using your voice, to this fullest potential, because there's other things, and you see these other fitness influencers doing these other different things, right? But you have to be obedient to your mission. And that's it's called the Empower Podcast, right? And one of the M's in the Empower is mission, right?
Yeah,
it's mission. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like mission, mindset, monetize. Like that's our whole objective with this podcast. So I want you to accept the challenge this year. Use your voice on your social media platforms. Encourage the other fitness professionals, personal trainers, fitness coaches to use their voice on their platform, and watch how your business transforms this year. It's the most simple thing, right? And like, oh, man, look, all right, cool. That's what I want you guys to do. And let me know how it goes. Cause I was finna go into a whole nother joint, but yeah.
I know it's going to change your life. That's really it, because like your mission is birthed out of, once you start moving through that, you're more authentic, you're more transparent, you're more vulnerable. And like Craig Rochelle says this, no one wants a leader who's always right. They want a leader who's always real. Yep. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. And don't be afraid to be real. Like, I don't care. Look, when people hear my podcast, when people see me show up on social media, I got people that like it. I got people that don't. I don't give a fuck. I just don't. Like, that's how confident I am about me. I am who I am. I'm real. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. But nobody is on this earth. Nobody's perfect on this earth. You know what I'm saying? So you can show up your authentic self. You know what I'm saying? You can express your passion, the way that you feel is okay. And guess what? That's okay. Because if you don't got people that's not agreeing with what you're doing, then you ain't doing something right. You're not stating enough bold statements. I'm not saying be disrespectful to people, you know what I'm saying? But if something is on your heart that you don't agree with, and you feel like you have a solution to it, speak up about it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the more that you do it, the more that you're going to find your voice, and you're going to be able to be authentic. You're going to be able to not be afraid of someone seeing you, like it's so like be okay with being seen, but being seen for the person that you post to be.
Post to be, baby. POST, post to be. Because look, when y'all see me and Coach Caprice, if we live on the live or live on the podcast, and we also creating content, we copywriting, we both writers, we both love to write. You know what I'm saying? We both know how to create content. Y'all gonna see the same person every time. No cap, baby. Too much. Yeah, no cap, Rice.
I'm gonna teach you some things.
Did you peep that? That was kind of corny. Wow. I said no cap, Rice. Nah, it was a reach.
It was, but it's okay.
It's fine.
We'll let it slide.
It's okay. It's fine.
So leaders, really, like, as you're listening to this podcast, listening to the replay, first of all, thank you. And thank you for having me. This was great. But like, find that mission, find that conviction behind it, and then just do everything you can every day to be unapologetic about it. Like, be loud, you know what I mean? Like, because when I'm talking about things like, hey, self-care is not just for Saturday, I'm trying to be as loud as possible because I want to shift their perspective on saving self-care for the weekend, as if you have to earn it. It's a daily, it's a human right. So it's just like, when I am so convicted about that, I wake up at 3:30, 4:30 in the morning because I'm getting something in my brain that I have to get out. I want you to not resist that, that feel, that tug that's telling you to go speak on this thing. Go speak on all that stuff you're writing in your journal. Speak on all the stuff that's in your notes, like all the things that you think about when you're on the walker doing them squats. Like, speak it, like keep it out of your head, because the gift that God has given you is supposed to be given away.
Yes.
Give it away.
Yes, give it away, baby.
Give it away.
Give it away. Speaking of giving away, I want to give y'all something. All right. If you have issues with or trying to figure out your mission, right? I want to give you access to my free 5-day mini course. I'm gonna give it to you for free. All right. You can either message me the word mission, or you can just go directly to harrykingholmes.com, submit your email, and then in the next couple of minutes, I'll send you an email with access to the mini course. Okay, so that's harrykingholmes.com, or you can just DM me the word mission, and also capriceobrien.com. Okay, prayers up, way down. All right, I'm about to dive into it right now, actually. So
sensational. Let's
go. Let's get it. Thank you, Caprice, for showing up on the Empower Your Fitness Empire podcast. And yeah, guys, thank you.
Thanks, y'all.
All right, y'all take it easy.